Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing so well. Today I wanted to do an account tour, and this is something that I wanted to do for a long time. This will basically just go over my characters and my builds and my teams and the kind of stuff that I have. And I'll go into detail about what my plans are for the account. And I love that so many people have been doing this recently, and I really want to as well. So I am an AR-57 account, world level 8. I first started playing, if we go back to Amber, on September 10th, 2023. So it's been over a year, about a year and what is that, like 5 months or so, maybe 6. Yeah, please excuse the car sounds in the background, but yeah, it's been over a year. Let's see, I want to view my profile. I have 627 achievements, 14 characters at friendship level 20 or 10. My current Spiral Abyss has 27 stars. I can't really get past 12 right now. And I'm really bad at the Imaginarium Theater too. I have only 4 flowers. So yeah, I think we should go into the characters next. And let's go by rarity, wherever that is. Quality, perfect. I should mention that I am free to play. I am very grateful for people who have spent money on this game for keeping it free, but I am just not that person. I haven't found a reason to pay for anything yet. So yeah, Navia was my first 5-star that I ever got. I got her when her banner first came out. I knew that I really wanted her. This is her split. I really want more crit rate on her, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. I have this weapon from the event, and it's actually really good. It's a great free-to-play option if you have it from the event when she first came out, around then. I have her on her signature set, Nighttime Whispers and Echoing Woods. I'll just click through these really quickly. I really want a crit rate circlet, but you win some, you lose some. I have no constellations in any of my 5 stars, but yeah, so she's C0. And right now she's 8, 10, 8, although I'd love to take her up to 9. I don't think I'd love to crown it, but it would be nice. And I really love her. She's been a really important part of my account just because she was my first 5-star, and even if she's not my strongest, she still carries me a lot. And I really recommend her if you want a Geo character, like a Geo main DPS, and if you like nuke characters like Eula, characters that just do a lot of damage slowly. My next character is Arlecchino. Arlecchino is one of my favorites, if not the favorite character on my account. The hype before she came out was unreal. I absolutely love her. This is my split. I am pretty proud of her. I would love to have more crit rate, of course, but honestly, she carries me. And part of that is because I did get her weapon. And I do not regret this at all. I was very lucky when pulling for it, because I won my 50-50. but it has made things so much easier, and it's honestly made her into kind of a brains off character. I've had some difficulties farming for her. I wasn't able to find a flower in this domain, and I might go back and farm her some more, but right now it's just not my highest priority. But I still really like her build. 0 constellations, although if I had extra wishes I would love to pull for more. And I might do that when she comes out soon on her rerun, but I'm not sure if I'm really feeling that. And of course I have her at 10, 10, 10. She is an amazing 5-star. If you don't have a pyro 5-star or like a pyro main DPS, she is fantastic. Again, she carries me in everything. I run her on an overload team. I'll show you guys the teams eventually, but I absolutely love her and her character and her design and everything about her. I also have Farina. She's kind of a more recent character, and I think her build could be better, but I'm fairly happy with it. I have her on the pipe, and I'm working for more refinements of it. I have her on Golden Troop. Official gets my best for Golden Troop pieces, so she just gets kind of the leftovers, but that's okay because she's supposed to be built more on HP. No constellations, and I just recently crowned her talent, and I will definitely crown her burst soon. Yeah, I crowned her skill. Sorry, I forget the word. I think she is a fantastic character as well. Like, obviously she's very overpowered, and she's actually opened up a ton of options for team comps, and I'm really glad I got her, and she's so cute. I really like her. Okay. Recently I also got Chaska. I got her during my hiatus where I would just log on and get the characters that I wanted. So I didn't really build her at the time. So this is her current stats, but you'll see that I don't actually have any artifacts on her that are leveled up except for the feather. So I'm still farming this domain. As you can see, I don't have much, but I'll get some eventually. 0 constellations, and she's 187 right now. Clorand is a character that I have mixed feelings on. I really love her design, and I really love her playstyle in theory, but I've never been able to make her do that much damage where I would want to use her over Navia or Arlecchino, unless it's just for fun, which I do a lot. But I have her at 51 over 156, and it's not awful, but it's not great. I just recently ascended her, so she is on her final ascension even though she's only level 80. And I have her on, I think this is the best free-to-play option for her, the Fontaine Craftable Sword. I did not want to grind more for Arlecchino's artifacts because I was done with that domain. Like, I sold my soul in that domain. So I recycled a bunch for Clorand, and this is what we're working with. I don't think it's all that bad, but it could be better. No constellations, but I do have her at 398, and I'd like to take this up to 9 as well at some point, but I would first rather use those materials for Farina. But she is a character that I feel like I just need more characters for teams and to create like a better team comp for her, because right now she just doesn't do that much damage. Mona. I love Mona. I love her story quest. I think she's super fun, and I don't really have her built, I do have her leveled, and I think that Ningguang is holding my Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers. She is. So that's what I would typically put on Mona. But I am slowly getting some Noblesse. I recycle a lot of artifacts for Noblesse. And a lot of times I just don't have the Mora to level things up. This is a very common problem that I have, is that I'm chronically broke, just like Mona. I guess I do have her C1. I actually totally forgot that I had her C1. But right now she's 158, and I'm pretty happy with that. I just need to actually build her artifacts. I love Dia as a character. She has probably one of my favorite parts. I love her role in the story, and I love her personality, and I just really like Dia and Dunyarzad, both of them. But she's not exactly good, and I do have trouble building her. I was trying to build her as a main DPS, and I usually put Skyward Pride on her if I'm doing that. And I put her on Emblem of Severed Fate. I must have stolen one of these from her and put it on somebody else. And another thing is that I farm a lot for Emblem, but everybody wants it. Everybody wants Emblem. So it is difficult to build my account around characters that require it. So she is 668 right now, although I would like to level this up more just so that I can use her more as an off-field pyro instead of an on-field. But I would love to put more energy into her. It's just, I know it's a losing battle, and I already have a pretty good pyro DPS, so it's not like I have a lot of motivation to build her right now. But I absolutely love Dia, and I would love to put more energy into her in the future. Traveler. I have no desire to play Traveler ever. I don't have anything on her. I am pretty sure I just leveled her up for the free, oh my gosh. Yeah, for the free Acquaint Fate, because it doesn't take any, like, boss materials. But she's here if I ever need her, and Dendro Traveler is actually pretty good for Dendro application, so I might build her in the future, but I wouldn't build her over somebody else that I care more about. I do really like Lumine. I think her design's super cute, and I like it more than Aether's, although I love Aether's hair. But I just don't use her. Shilonen was another character that I got during my hiatus, and so basically I just logged in and got her and then logged off. But she is my absolute favorite design out of all Natlan characters. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know much about her personality, but from what I do know, I think she's really cool. And I don't have her built at all right now, and I'm still trying to level her up. But one problem that I discovered when I was looking forward to building her is that I actually refined all my Favonius swords, so I only have one Favonius sword. So I really need to pull another one just so that I have some flexibility with team comps. So I won't actually put her on Iron Sting, but it's what I have on her on right now, I guess. And slowly I'm trying to build her on defense and healing bonuses, just because that's really all she needs, but we'll get there. She's C0, and right now she's 6'6", 166. But I'll level her up soon. Jean was a character that I really wanted to build after getting Farina because I wanted more healers. I don't really have that many healers aside from Bennett and Chevreuse, which already kind of constrain my team comps because everybody wants Bennett and Chevreuse only works with Overload, so she won't work with Farina unless you're not getting the full benefit of her. So I was really happy when they gave us the free option to pick a 5-star during the anniversary, and I picked Jean. I think she's a great character too, and again I would probably put her on a Favonius or something other than the flute, but she's here. The only artifact that is really standout, this one's not bad, but her goblet is pretty dang good, and I got it before I even got her, but there's no dead stats here, and it's animo damage bonus and it's on set, so I remember getting it and being like, okay, now I have to get Jean. And yeah, I'd love to build her more later, but I'm doing it very slowly. C0, and right now she's only at 114. Although I could just level this up right now. I won't though. Tainari is our last 5-star, and he was the 5-star that I got. I think did I get him when wishing for Emily? I think that is what happened. Although I have to go back and double check. But I don't really care to build him. I'm sorry to all my Tainari fans out there. He's just not really my type of character. And I think he's a cutie pie, but he's just not my type of guy. But yeah, I have no plans for him. I think I leveled him up for the wish and that's it. Okay, on to 4 stars. Official immediately starts yapping, but that's so in character for her. Official is, if it's not Arlecchino, then Official is my absolute favorite character in Genshin Impact. She was the first 4-star I got that wasn't Noelle or the base 4 that you get in the beginning, or I guess just the base 3 of Amber, Kaya, and Lisa. But she is my absolute favorite character, partially because I got her at the beginning, partially because we share a birthday, and partially because her personality is so like that's my daughter. Like that's me and that's also my daughter, you know? And I put a lot of effort into her character. Was the first character I ever built, and she's the most useful character to build. Honestly, if you haven't built Official, please do. I have her on Skyward, as she deserves. And like I said, she gets my best golden troop pieces. Even though these aren't like jaw-dropping, but they're still... This one's pretty good. This one is pretty good. She is at C4 right now, and I really want to get her to C6 because that's really good, and I will. Mark my words, I will. She deserves it. Right now I just have her E crowned, her skill crowned, but I was planning on doing triple crowns for her just because she's my absolute favorite. Yeah, that's Official. Ningguang is interesting. I built her for my Navia to have another geo applicator just because Navia's geo application can be a little bit iffy here and there. And so she's not really built, but she does have Thrilling Tales on her for that purpose, and really I just did her so that she could E and then maybe burst, and then Navia could walk through her Jade Chamber. She's C1, and she's 568. But I might go back to Ningguang. I think she's an interesting main DPS, but I don't have a lot of desire to. Except for that, I think she's really pretty. Yeah. Sucrose. I have been meaning to build Sucrose for the longest time, and I just haven't. I think EM characters are really difficult to build because it's impossible to find artifacts for them. It's really frustrating to find artifacts for them, I should say. But I'm trying to get there, slowly. She's C1 right now. It would be really useful to level her up more, or at least get better artifacts for her, but I'll get there eventually. Rosaria is a character that I really want to pair with Navia for some reason. I think it's because she supplies extra crit rate, and my Navia really needs extra crit rate. But I actually don't hate her build, especially if I share artifacts from other characters who have emblem. Let's see what she has on her right now. Not bad. Not bad. I would maybe do energy recharge instead. But I don't know if I even have energy recharge sands of this. Oh my gosh, I don't. That's really bad. Honestly, not too bad. I wouldn't put that circlet on her, but yeah. C2. And 178. Honestly, almost a finished character build, but could use a little bit of work here and there. Kaya was a character that I fell in love with at the very beginning of the game. He was my first level 10 friendship character, and I used him all the time. However, he is not built right now, and these are just placeholder artifacts for God knows who. But he's C1, and he's 366, but I never use him. I just think he's really pretty. Beidou is one of my favorites as well. I remember pulling for her on Farina's banner just because I absolutely loved her. And I'm really proud of her build. As you can see, she has an insane amount of energy recharge, and that has been a pain in the ass to get. But I'm ever on 2p, so she actually has a good amount of damage as well, because she's extra attack and extra electro damage. But yeah, she's on a energy recharge sans, and I mainly just use her on my Arlecchino team. She's 888 because originally I built her as a main DPS, but now I use her more as a sub DPS and electro applier on Arlecchino Overload. Kirara is so cute, and I love this outfit on her. I built her fully with HP and energy recharge, a little bit of energy recharge, but mostly just for shielding. So I have her on Sapwood and 2-piece Tenacity, 2-piece Warrior Shaka. I built her for Chlorant, and I don't think she's super useful, but I do really like her just as a character and as a design. She's 187 right now. Xingqiu. I did not like Xingqiu. Just as a character, he kind of annoys me. I'm so sorry, but he is extremely useful, and he usually gets a lot of use with Navia or any other character that needs just good hydro. And right now he's 178. He's fine. I don't care for him, but he has grown on me, I guess, just because of how useful he is. Bennett was another character I got like towards the beginning of my game, and I have no idea what would have happened if I didn't get him at the beginning, because he did carry me. Okay, he did carry me. Ton of energy recharge. I have him on prototype just because it has a high base attack, and Noblesse, which he was the first Noblesse character I built, so he should have some pretty decent artifacts. Yeah, that's pretty good. Not bad. C2 right now. I don't plan to C6 him if I do get his C6, just because I might want to use him with other characters in the future, and I'll talk about that later. maybe Eula. But I do want to crown his skill right now, even though it's only at level 9. But I'll get there soon. Chevreuse. I absolutely love Chevreuse. I think she is so pretty, and I loved the event that happened. If Chevreuse has 0 fans, I'm dead, okay? I built her to get the max overload damage bonus, which is at 40,000 HP. And again, I kind of sold my soul for that, but I got there in the end without having to ascend her. So pretty much just stacking HP along with as much crit and energy recharge that I could get feasibly. But I am pretty proud of her, and she is so useful, and she's 288 right now. Xianling is, of course, a character I got towards the beginning, and she's very good. Just like the copy pasta. I don't know if you guys have seen the copy pasta where it's like, I build Raiden, my Xianling does more damage. She does a pretty good amount of damage, even with me sharing sets over some characters. I love this goblet just because it has pretty good crit value and its energy recharge main stat. Yeah, she's pretty good, and I'm really glad I got her C4 because that makes her like a really good character. And right now she's 110, 11 because of her constellations. Kale I built to be a, what's it called? I forget the word. Deepwood. To be a deepwood holder. And is she that well built? No. She's really not. But theoretically, I'm working on a better deepwood set. I just haven't really gone to that domain very much. She is C4. And right now she's 198. But I plan to build her a little bit more. I think she's super sweet, and she's actually really grown on me. Yeah. Don't ask me why Noelle's here. I think at some point in when I really wanted Mona, I was farming for, these things, Acquaint Fates. So I just leveled up characters for the hell of it. I don't care about Noelle. I don't plan to ever use Noelle. She's C4. Or C5, actually, I lied. And 144, so yeah, I haven't even leveled up any of her talents, but she's here. She exists. Kuki, if I had Alhaitham, I would build her, but right now I don't really have a character that would benefit from her, unless I just built her as a healer, which I could do. But right now she is 132. I did have plans to build her at some point, but then I realized I wouldn't be able to use her utility-wise. I have a weird relationship with meta and characters I like. I usually end up pulling for characters I like. And 4 stars I typically build based on utility. Which brings us to Sara. I really want to build Kujo Sara for Clorand, to be a buffer for Clorand. Even though I only have her C1, she's still useful. But I just never got to it really. And again, she wants emblem, so it'll take me a while to actually get a good set for her, but she's just 111 right now. At some point I'll build you Kujo Sara, I'm sorry. Barbara, I was building for a little while to be another healer, but then I dropped that. She just didn't really, I don't know, she just wasn't really it, I guess. I think she was a set holder for somebody, like a placeholder. And she's C4. I may build her in the future. And I know she can be a decent healer, but she requires a lot of on-field time, if I remember correctly. So maybe not. Razor was probably what you could call my first main. And that was pretty much because I remember telling my friend at the time I wanted to play Beto. And my friend, who got me into Genshin in the first place, said that Razor is a lot like Beto, and I decided to play him for a little while. I don't love him. I didn't really know what I was doing with him. I was mostly just mashing buttons, but he is 443, and he did carry me through a lot of the early game, so it's something to think about, I guess. Yoonjin, I would love to build Yoonjin, if only for character showcases. I think she's super pretty. I love her story. I love that she's like a dancer. And clearly I was working on her a little bit with the set, but she's C1. And right now I only have her at 114. But I'd love to build you in the future, Yoonjin, just maybe not right now. Lisa, I would also be interested in building, just because I know that she does, none of these characters going forward have anything on them. I should just say that. But I would be interested in building her, just because I know she debuffs, and I think she's super pretty. I love her personality. I did not forget that she took us on a date, and like, during like the first few hours of the game, like, I just really like her. So I might build her in the future. Diona is a recent addition, and I actually do really want to build her. If any of these 4 stars that I said I want to build, it's probably Diona the most. I need another healer, and I would be able to use her with Rosaria and Navia. Yeah, it would be interesting. Amber, I used for a while in the early game. She's C0, but no plans for her in the future. Kachina, C3, and I don't plan to use her. Goro is C1, I don't plan to use him. Lynette is C1. I don't really plan to use her, but I think she's super cute. Hazo is C2, and I don't plan to use him. Sayu is C1, and no plans. Fremine would be a fun project, just because he's physical, but I don't think I would build him. He's C3. Mika I might build if I ever build a physical character. I might get Eula in the future, and that would make me build him, but C0, no plans really. Auroron I would like to build for Chaska to be a buffer, I think. Doesn't he buff? I'm not sure. But I know that he's good with Chaska, so maybe in the future. Sethos, C1, oh yeah, Auroron C2. No plans for Sethos. Dory, C0, no plans. I do have baby girl Kave. I think he's so pretty, like that's literally my wife, but no plans to build him unless I get Nilu. If I get Nilu, I will make a Kave Bloom team, you can mark my words. Candace I thought about building. I love her character. I think she's super sweet. I love her design too. I have a picture of her on my wall I bought from an artist just because I really like her design, and she's C5, so I might build her, but she's really just good for hydro application, so who knows. Gaming, no plans. C0. Toma, I was gonna build for Arlecchino to be a shielder, but Peto actually works pretty well for that, and I don't really have problems with Arlecchino dying that much. He's C2. And last but not least, Yanfei. I think she's so cute and so sweet. And she's C1, but I wouldn't really build her unless it was just for fun. Which there's a chance I might, but I don't think I would. Okay. So that is all of those characters. If we take a look at my teams, this is just a random team. Okay. This is kind of in order of how I got them too. So I got Navia first. She was my very first 5-star. And I originally had official on here too, but Farina just works a lot better and has helped a lot with buffing damage and giving more consistent damage over official, because then you start getting like overload and superconduct reactions. Wait, superconduct is the one with electro and hydro, right? I think so. But yeah, she is pretty good. I just want more crit rate on her, which is why I might make a team with, instead of Bennett and Singcho, Diona and Rosaria, and keep Farina. Cloran was not originally here. Originally this was Beto, and Beto was my main DPS with these three for a while. But I switched in Cloran once I got her, and I don't hate her, but it's definitely not as good as my Arlecchino overload team, which is Arlecchino and Chevres and Beto and Fischl. This team carries me through everything. I think they are some of my strongest built characters for the roles that they play, and I love them all. Like, they're all some of my favorite characters, so it works out really well. I was at some point building a Dia Milt team, but she's really hard to make her do a lot of damage, even if I pick the best artifacts that I have. And Sucrose is kind of annoying to build just because I don't get a lot of EM artifacts. But it's an interesting project just for fun. I have this Cloran team. It's not the best just because of the characters that I have. I would love to have a Baiju or a Nahida. But it works for what it is, and it's fun if I want to play around with Denjo. And instead of Fischl, I might build Sara just above Cloran a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see. I'm working on a Chaska team. Fischl's here again. Hello, Fischl. That's not a surprise. But again, I might add Auroron instead. I know he can work well with Chaska, although I'm not quite sure how he works. And this will be like a taser team. This is my team for friendship. And this is my team for EXP grinding because I'm chronically broke in this game. So it's nice to, when I'm exploring, to have a team like this so that I don't have to spend money on EXP books. And it actually has saved me a good amount of money. Okay. I am going to take a look at my inventory now. These are all the weapons that I have. I won't go over them individually, but Crimson Moon Semblance is the only limited 5-star weapon that I have. I have a good amount of artifacts, but I have a lot that I just didn't level up, as you can see. And I am due for a strong box soon, but I definitely hoard artifacts. Like, my life depends on it. It just keeps going. Also, I do farm for artifacts sometimes by going through Liyue and going to artifact locations. It has helped me over time. Pretty low on books, but I do have a good amount of these materials. Yeah, I pretty much just farm what I need, and it works. It's been working so far. Food doesn't really matter. This doesn't really matter. Except for that I really need sword billets, and I only have this one, which I might change into these like black or these like dark brown ones for Chaska. Not really important. Not really important, except for that I have a bunch of stuff where I don't even know what I need half these things for. I have 20 fragile resin, which isn't so bad. It's a good stash, I guess. And I hoard these two just so that I can buy official or weapons if I want those weapons, because they're actually pretty good. I have 118 intertwined fates and 5,696 prima gems. yeah. I think I hoard wishes a lot too. I definitely want to spend these on Raiden or Eula. We'll get to it. We'll get to it soon. Really quick though, I do want to show you guys my exploration progress. I only have 100% of 2 areas, but I do really like exploring. Just when it gets super low, I don't like exploring. I only really like exploring when like everywhere you look there's chests and stuff. But I have pretty much every area unlocked except for this one, which I think comes with the Aranya quest. Aranara, or whatever they're called. And I haven't been over here, wherever here is. But there's also Economia, which is at 75, the Chasm, which is at 66, and the Sea of Bygone Era, which is at 65, so not so bad. And story-wise, I am at Fontaine. I still need to play through more of Fontaine's quest. And I also, don't cringe, guys, don't cringe. I have so many story quests left to play. It's pretty bad. I've watched the Dio one though. Don't worry guys, I've done my research. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But I'll get to it eventually, right? Okay. For the characters that I'm looking forward to getting, I might get Mavuika in the future, but I don't really care so much about her as much as I did when she first was announced. Nothing about her personality has really stuck out to me, at least from what I know about the story. I might pull for Emily again as well. I lost my 50-50 on her and I decided to stop pulling, but I do really like her even if she has some interesting restrictions. Chiori, I love Chiori. I love her design and her personality. I don't need her, but it would be cool to have her. Same with Shenyan, right? I hope I'm saying it right. I think she's super pretty, and she can make some super cool team comps with Plunge. And I thought about making a Plunge Navia team. Maybe in the future. I would 100% pull for Baiju. I think you would add a lot of utility to my team just because he's a healer and he does some decent Dendro application. He definitely needs a second person as far as I know. But Lantern Right, I'm probably gonna select Yao Yao because she's like Baiju but 4-star. And I did want Wanderer for a long time, but his character has kind of it hasn't really grown on me. Like, what's the opposite of grown on me? Like, it hasn't really stuck out to me over time. I would love to get Nilu. I'm worried that I don't have enough Dendro, which is why I would want Baiju or someone else Dendro. But I think she's so pretty, and I love her in the Archon quest. I'm just obsessed with the Archon quest where it's like all a dream in her head. I love that quest so much. That's my favorite quest. Miko, I love her personality and her design and her voice. But it would be practically just taking the set from Fischl and putting it onto Miko, not Miku. Which I'm like, do I really want to spend my primos on her? Maybe not. Yelan I wanted for a really long time, and I still might get her, but she doesn't really stick out to me as much as she used to. But I think she's super pretty. Shenhe, I absolutely love. I would love to have her. She is not very good unless she is buffing another cryo. So, don't get me wrong, I might get her. She's just not super high on my list of what I would like for my account, unless I get a cryo main DPS that I really want to buff. I will definitely be pulling for Raiden. I know I have plenty of Electro, but Raiden is part of what got me into the game, and I think she's super pretty. I love A. Yeah, I'll definitely pull for her the next time that she's on banner. Same with Eula. I think she's cool. I like her design, I like her animation, and I would love to build a physical character like her. I think that's about it for characters that I would want. Possibly Kokomi. I think she's super pretty, but it's not a strong desire, I guess. Okay, and for the last thing I wanted to do, I wanted to show you guys my history of the Spiral Abyss. Just recently did I, well, I suppose in the past I actually had made it to the 12th 3. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the last time I actually made it to 12-3, even though I only got 29 stars, I was pretty proud that I killed like every enemy there without dying. And this was, I think this was just a random week that I logged on, but apparently I had made it there before as well, and Navia carried me apparently. But you can kind of see how I've stuck with a lot of characters over time, like Official and Beto, and yeah, it's been a while. There's also an achievement that is like Purveyor of Punishment. So the highest damage I've ever done is 378,982. That was probably Navia, and during some event or something that buffed her. I have no idea when this was, but yeah, that is pretty much it. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing that, and I am really glad that you're here. I have a lot of plans for the future, and I'm happy that you guys have been with me for a large part of me playing Genshin, and I'm really thankful for you all. Okay, I hope you have a very nice day, and I'll see you later. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.